Welcome back, family. It's been a minute. Today we're gonna be listening to James Carver bullshit and his delusion. Let's get into it.
Let's bring in MSNBC contributor Mike Barnicle and Democratic strategist and co-host of the Politics War Room podcast, James Carville. Good to have you both on board this morning. James, it's a different dynamic with Kamala Harris now running for the presidency. A lot of Dems are really happy. You can see the excitement. It seems like it's been infused into the campaign as well as among Democrats at her rallies. But can she convince, with the different challenges at play that we've heard about now in Elise's focus groups, can she convince swing voters while also fending off Trump lies and attacks from the right?
Hell no, she can't. And you know why she can't? Because she said no. And look at him. He know she can't defend shit. Sitting there with Shaq shirt on.
Well, it's kind of a tall order, but the short answer is I think she can. But I'd say this:
Lie.
There's been a real change in mood in the party and around the country. But we got to be a little careful. There's about 10% too much
Boy, if that mother don't look like Skeletor.
tribalism going on, and it's going to be a very difficult race. It's going to be very close, and I understand that people are feeling a lot better and excited, but that excitement's got to be tempered with realism, and the realism is.
And the realism is that bitch ain't got a chance. Miss Cackling Hyena.
She has a tough campaign to run, and as you say, she's got several things she's got to accomplish at the same time. But
yeah, she got to give out them reparations, or her ass gonna be sidelined, just like old Joe.
Said that, there's been real growth in Vice President Harris. I mean, you can just see the difference, and she just looked so confident to me yesterday. That was I didn't put the sound on. I just left the video.
Confident? That bitch look loud like a mug.
Yeah, and I liked what I saw. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, but tell me about that realism. Tell me about the realism of the months to come. I mean, there's a short amount of time, and a lot is going to happen.
You're right, and they're having to put a campaign together right away. I mean, they were obviously thinking about this ahead of time, but they got to accomplish between now and the convention. They got to accomplish what most campaigns have 8 months to do. So I was saying they can't do it, but people like,
man, you old rankle neck, turtle neck, vagina neck. Well, that line. You know reparations, motherfucker. Reparation for the black community. Say it. You can't you?
Excited about the party feeling better about itself. We have a woman.
That big ass shirt on.
A non-white woman, and people.
That Shaq LSU shirt.
Understandably excited about that, but we also just have a locked in and entrenched opponent who's got a large part of the country behind him who are going to pull out. They don't care if it's true or unfair or anything else. And you got to be ready for that at every point. And all of a sudden, Democrats is enjoy yourself, feel good, but
them of us ain't enjoying themselves, and neither are you. It's judgment time, there, buddy. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
It's tough sledding ahead, and let's get together and get this thing done.
So, James, let's talk a little bit, though, about how the race has changed. And to your point, it's still going to be very, very close. What issues do you think Vice President Harris can now more effectively prosecute and communicate than President Biden? And do you think this changes the map at all? Because for President Biden, it seemed like it was really narrowing, and his only path would have been through that Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan trio.
Right. Well, what it really believes is the idea of change. Okay, people wanted something different. 73% told us they wanted something different. As soon as they got something different, you had this real outpouring.
Different? Man, we've been saying the same shit for the last 400 years. Every time one you old Kremlin get up in there, the same playbook from your ancestors. Stop lying. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
I'm not surprised at that at all. And her biggest asset is just compare her to Trump, compare the youth, compare the energy. And I think that's going to work well for her going forward. I don't think people.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
behind her because of this policy proposal. I think they're behind her because they wanted something different, and she represents that. And I think that's what's driving this enthusiasm and this era of good feeling we have right now. You know, of course, the Trump people are going to paint her as more the same, some horrific urban coastal liberal. That's good. They've already started. You'll take your plastic straws away. That was the Jason Miller, Sean Hannity initial attack. Protect them.
I must have missed the funny part. I see old Becky cackling. What did this old bastard say that was funny with his vagina neck?
Those damn straws. They come in with better than that.
Hey, James, you mentioned a somewhat important issue a couple of minutes ago, watching the video with the sound off yesterday. And your eye, your political eye, your campaign manager's eye, saw something that a few other people saw too. You saw a quiet confidence in the vice president that seemed not to be there.
Nah, all I see now is a damn laughing hyena, a two-legged hyena.
3 or 4 years ago, and it is there now for certain. Watching that video with the sound down will show you that. So where do you take this quietly confident vice president now? Where do you take her?
To the trash, where she belongs, straight to the trash can, the dumpster. Exactly where she belongs.
What do you campaign on in those spots where you take her? Are there any surprise places you'd take her?
Well, first of all,
I got a few surprise places I want to take her. Straight to the Lake of Fire, one of them.
her record in 2020, when she ran, she wouldn't talk about who she really was, which was she was an effective prosecutor, an effective attorney general.
Shit, no doubt. Shit, putting our people in jail for throwing a bubblegum wrap on the ground. And still doing it. So what the hell is you talking about, Skeletor?
True, Matt. And a senator, so she couldn't be herself because idiots in the Democratic Party decided you couldn't talk about being effective.
That bitch ain't never been herself. Shit, one today she white, election time she black. Tomorrow she might be shit Indian. So that bitch ain't damn flip flopper. This a comedian.
Prosecutor. That is no longer the case. But her big asset is she was a consumer advocate. And she can go after these companies for price fixing and price gouging. And that's what I hope she.
Look at how she looking. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Shit, these black folks don't like me. You damn right. You better run that money. Ain't enough money you can pay her for the damage you and old Jordan did. And you, your judgment is upon you, buddy. Boy.
Goes around the country and does events like that to say, I'm on the side of the consumer. I know these companies are talking to each other. I know they're fixing prices to take advantage of you, the consumer, and I'm going to fight for you. I would love to see that. I'd love to see her be the people's lawyer as president.
Hey, James, I'm thinking about defense here, too, for her, what she's going to get attacked on and how you'd handle that, some of those attacks. If you put aside the questions of, you put the...
What you scratching for, dude? You got lights down in your neck now? You can shade your head, all them lights jumped out and went to that hair on your chest. Down there scratching.
Racist and sexist attacks aside, and just go straight to the ones where she has one obvious vulnerability, which is about the border. She's seen as Biden's border czar. That's not been an issue. Immigration that's been helpful to Democrats in this cycle so far. So what do you do about that? And then number two,
man, how the hell is immigrant? Well, I guess it is happening now, cause they want to suppress the black vote and think these guys are gonna go try to vote. Man, these people ain't what happening. The blessings are up. Only thing y'all finna do is spell your doom by inviting terrorists in this mother hubba. So get ready. Most High finna destroy this bitch from the inside.
Something that they're going after right now that there's some sign that it actually cuts, at least for now, with voters, which is she was in on some cover up over Joe Biden's health, and that they're going to make
Oh, you gonna cry before it's over with. Sure is.
that argument. I'm not crediting it. I'm just saying it's out there already, and there's some sign that some swing voters are open to it. So talk about those two areas she needs to defend.
The first one, the second one, she started to have to defend and discuss, and there are plenty good answers, and I'm sure she has them. In terms of the border, you could point the truth out, it's not to be any good. She was never the border czar. She was put in charge of trying to coordinate diplomatic activities from countries that a lot of these migrants were coming from.
No, that bitch was put in place for a puppet. That'd be a gatekeeper. That's all she was there for.
But she's got a couple of errors in the quill. First of all, that they walked away from a deal that was negotiated by conservative Republicans that had the endorsement of all of the border agencies, and they walked.
I tell you the deal they walked away from, cutting that damn check. When they decided not to cut that check, hey, that was it, buddy. That's a wrap for the Democrats.
Away from it because they didn't want a solution. The second thing that she can point to rather legitimately is border crossings are down. We're going to win that issue? No, we're not going to win it, but we can do a lot better. And the issue, I think, to some extent, will run out of steam with them if she gives some effective, cogent answers. And that's going to be important. And you're right to say that. Her defensive, it's like the NBA. Your defensive game is just as important as the offensive game.
That don't even make no damn sense what you just said. You idiot.
Well, and the defense on that is really simple. They had a deal. Team Biden-Harris gave the Republicans the best deal they could have gotten. They had it. They were in concert with James Lankford, a conservative Republican senator who helped write it. And they killed it for Donald Trump. So she can put that right back on them. That is on them. They could have had everything they wanted.
Nah, everything that y'all done to us, it's on you and this government. Everything.
More. And they decided against it for gross politics, for Donald Trump. They bowed to somebody who wasn't even in office. So she's got a lot to speak for on different issues. I think a lot of it is personal attacks. A lot of it is weird memes that they're making up. It seems to me the Republicans are looking for their opening with Kamala Harris, but they're going to run into situations where they look racist, misogynistic, and they're going to have to.
I know you didn't just say racist. Because that's what you are. Racist. I bet if I ask you about reparation check, your ass will blow your top, won't you? I already know you can blow your top about it. I know how you feel about reparations. Yeah, I want you on my plantation there, buddy, if you make it.
Be really careful, which is something I think they're not good at doing. Democratic strategist James Carville, it's nice to hear you laugh early in the morning. Thank you so much for coming on
thank you.
today.
Yeah, trust me, they're going to do sexist and racist things. I promise you, you're not going to be excited at all.
Man, shut your ass up.
Yeah. Here we go.